Step right up, folks! Your dream come true! Give a wedgie just 25 cents!
Wedgie?
What's up, community? It's your lovely host, Jacques Savius. We are back again here with another video on the Wedgie Club channel. I hope that the holiday season has been good to you and giving good wedgies as always. Nah, but seriously, I hope that everybody's been doing okay. As you know, we are all approaching 2025. Labels are just a thing of the past as people are finding new ways to develop and define themselves. All people except the wedgie community, of course. You see, whether we like to admit it or not, we do love the labels that we get from time to time from people. Of course, not everybody. But even if there is a person that probably does not like to use labels or like to define themselves as labels, these wedgie terms will best help you define the people around you so that you can better understand the world that you're living in. Before we kick this video off, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as leave a like so that I know that you like this kind of content, you want to see more of it. And make sure you're following our social media so that you can stay up to date with events and things happening within the community. Wedgie terms are the classifications of certain topics regarding wedgies. In this case, we're going to be talking about classifications of like the individual. See, we're going to be focused on how we see each other. Wedgie classification is defined by the relationships between an individual and another individual within the community or in the broader community. For example, I know a dom that's in a community that is mainly known as a dom to the community, but to me, he's a sub. Wait a minute, why y'all post me though? What did I do? We are back from that televised disruption. I do apologize for that. But in today's class time, while we are keeping my undies out of a bunch, let's figure out who undies get bunched in. Wedgie nerd. This is most likely the little dork that grew up watching 80s movies. They are the stereotypical definition of a receiver when you think about wedgie movies and wedgie shows. They are seen as usually weak and usually able to be overpowered easily. They probably genuinely leave their waistband sticking out so that somebody could one day take the risk. They'll never tell you how bad they want it, but trust and believe wedgie nerds really want it bad. Y'all seen how far deep these wedgies have gone? These nerds think about that every other day. Now their counterpart is a little bit more menacing. On paper. Like the wedgie nerd, the wedgie bully has been based off his stereotypical design from high schools. It's usually somebody that is bigger in height, weight class whether fat or muscle, and is always ready to take out some undiagnosed trauma on their fellow nerds. Like most TV bullies, this type probably thinks that he can bully everybody on earth until he meets someone better than him. In comes the wedgie dom. Now I know when most people think of wedgie dom, they think it is kind of interchangeable like a wedgie bully, but it's actually very not. The term wedgie nerd and wedgie bully came from the popularization of TV nerds and bullies. Doms and submarines, if you catch my drift, comes from the happy adult world. Let's just call it that for now, but y'all know what I mean. So those are two different experiences. In a bully, your power stems from the involuntary submission of a nerd, but with a dom, that power is given all voluntarily. The bully wants to use you for jokes and pranks. The dom wants to use you for their desires. And their right-hand man, Submarine, is nothing like the nerds, and don't you dare ever call them one of them. You see why a nerd is running around acting like he's crying and can't take it. The Submarine loves every second of it. You see, the Submarine didn't get told who was their dom. Submarine chose their dom. You see, in this world, you don't automatically get the power that a lot of bullies expect to have on the internet. The Submarine knows that they are in control when it comes to the wedgies. So if you call yourself a 6-foot submarine, you have Dominiques that do not suit you well, it's time to go back to Subway, friends. Good submarines will choose their Dominique. Wedgie king or queen, because they're both pretty interchangeable. This person got so many atomics that they haven't forgot what a real crown feels like. Most like to think that they're better than everybody else, even though they are still very wedgieable. It's always going to be the king or queen of the nerds or the king or the queen of the bullies. Probably ain't posted a picture in about 3 years. They still think they're hot and it's the middle of December. Everybody at this point has encountered a wedgie unknown at this point. They're like the random character on a fight game that you don't know who you about to get. You don't know if you about to win or lose, you just know it's about to be some BS. The wedgie unknown can take on many different forms. They can be the internet's most dangerous character, the internet's most useless character, and sometimes they might even be nice. But if you happen to encounter one of these characters, go ahead and just use run. Next we have what's called a wedgie mister or a wedgie lady. Y'all know the real words, I just can't say them. There really wasn't much definition on this, but what I will say is, ideally this would be someone who is more advanced in the community, someone who knows what they're doing, very aware of your limits and boundaries, and ultimately with these guys, it kind of involves a deeper relationship than just like a typical nerd or a bully. They usually hand out tasks within the day, and essentially like a trainer to the dorks, better to say. I would say they're really not that much different from the dom, but what I will say is that they're actually defined within this space as like the dom. But another issue is with the Mr. and the lady term, a lot of people don't feel really comfortable utilizing that term within their sesh. The wedgie community is very diverse with a lot of diverse experiences. The term itself, if you look up what I'm really trying to say, has a lot of historical connotations and contexts that a lot of people don't really sit right with. Same goes for the wedgie serbs, if y'all know what I mean. And it's not really too much different from submarine. A submarine wants to do Dominique's bidding no matter what, and a Serb, wants to do their mistress bidding as long as it's wedgie involved. That is why we utilize both terms in this community. A buddy is very, very different from all the other terms that we talked about earlier in this video. It's usually somebody that can either go either or, whether it's give or get, and they pretty much have a friendly relationship with another individual. Though they may try to get the best of each other, there still is no actual power dynamic that puts either or in a certain position. I consider these types of wedgie people honestly the most dangerous. In those 80s movies, they never really show somebody who could actually get somebody back. It's always been like a giver and a receiver, giving a receiver. But imagine how badass a nerd would be if they got back up after they just got wedged and give you one back. Come on now. Again, the difference between this relationship is that this one is actually built on an actual friendship or camaraderie against each other. Now a switch, the switch is like everything. The switch don't gotta know you or be friends with you. The switch wants you to pull their underwear. They're gonna send you a hint with a picture. They're the type to send you atomics at 12 o'clock a.m. just to show you that they were bored. They have the ability to choose between whether they want to give or receive power. And they're honestly the best of both worlds when we're talking about the happy adult fun time. Not as much fun as the furries. I know we might have seen various animals get wedgie throughout our TV shows, but to see them actually in real life, interesting. Now the wedgie furry is a little different from all the other terms because although they can be a dom or whatever that they choose to be, the reality is that the furry itself is a whole term in itself. They do not want to be human. They prefer to be animals. So I'm not part of the club. Unfortunately, I'm not really too versed on that. But what I can say is in the future, if y'all want me to get more insight or if you're a furry that you want to comment on this a little bit in the comments, let us know. And finally, our favorite Rugrats, the wedgie baby. Now, of course, we are talking about full-on adults, but I know y'all seen the pull-ups community. Most likely to do a wedgie sesh and try to do aftercare within a diaper. Most likely to be like, ow, that hurt. Most likely to only wear briefs because they remind them of pull-ups. Again, if only I knew more about the communities. Please educate me, y'all. I don't know too much. Thank you all again so much for watching my videos. Did I miss any classification terms? Definitely drop it down in the comment section or let me know in the DMs. How do you yourself identify? Drop it down in the comment section. I'm curious to see how many nerds we have among us. Also, what's your favorite types of classifications or people? Drop that down in the comment section. Y'all, we are almost close to 2K. What y'all want to do when we hit 2K? Y'all drop it down in the comment section. But this is my third video filming of the day because I know I wanted to make sure that I left y'all with a little bit of content over the season. So hope that everybody has a great rest of their day. I'm finna go out and hand out some more wedgies. But y'all take care, stay wedgied. I'll see y'all in the next video.